Hi, welcome to this episode of Dear Abby. I am Abby Lovett. I'm an integrated marketer with a lens on AI visibility, generative engineering optimization, otherwise known as GEO. And in this series, I anonymize questions that I receive as part of my work at CTP Visibility Advisors. There, we concentrate on how to build brands and reputations in an AI world. And if you want to know more about this whole series, just go back to the first post and listen to how we got here. But if not, just know this. The whole effort is designed to be a safe space to gain a little bit of sanity in the marketing world today, because Lord knows we could all use that. On our last installment, we went through how to give our good old friend, the mighty press release, a little AI glow up worthy of things in 2026. And wow, the response was amazing. I got a ton of emails and texts saying how helpful the episode was. So thank you for listening and responding. I also received a few follow-up questions. Most of these fell into two camps. First, questions about what to do with the press release once it's written, like wire strategies, and then a sort of corollary question, connected question, that how do all the familiar pieces like press releases and other things, all the pieces and parts come together? So there are a lot of puzzle pieces to put together, and we're going to get into it. So this person who asked this question, well, the people who asked this question are absolutely correct. A lot of professionals have shifted away from putting announcements on the wire for quote unquote serious news. It is time to rethink this move. Back in the day, a lot of us used to do this for a number of reasons. It used to help with pickup. We could count some of these impressions, but we are no longer in an impressions world. We are in a share of model world. And so it's time we revisit why we use wires, when we use wires, all that good stuff. So announcement, they're back, baby. Everything that's old is new again. It is okay to use wires, but we're using them as an AI ingestion channel. They're not for media pickup, media distribution. So you're not going to use them for everything. You really want to leverage those dollars. Frankly, it's not inexpensive to do this. So you want to use that investment and the effort in pulling together a wire level release for AI critical news. So things that are determinant for your company, your leader, things that are effectively a cyber stake in the ground, a major announcement. Yeah, absolutely. You want to ensure that that information is seeded and structured, as we went over in the last episode, structured accordingly so that LLMs can read it, retrieve it, and you're eliminating as much as you can inaccuracies and hallucinations. You're still going to pitch your story. You're not going to rely on this alone. It's crucial that you as a human speak with another human at a media outlet and help explain the newsworthiness of your story, set up interviews, all that good stuff. So you're still pitching. Media relations are absolutely still crucial to the overall mix. So effectively, think about it as a triangulation. Wire services help inform your archive, inform the LLM. Exclusives, embargoes, pitching help to maintain those media relationships. We love our media relationships. If you're a journalist and you're listening to this, you know I love you. Thank you for your work. And of course, we have a little agency in all of this. We have our own channels and we can do what we want there because they're our own channels. So those are the places where we can go a little bit deeper into the stories that we want to tell. We can engage with our fans and elaborate on pieces and parts that we want to. So that's still a lot. That's still a lot of puzzle pieces that I put on the table. So it's important to, I think, give an example of what this looks like in practice. And I asked a few robots actually. I went to a number of LLMs and I said, tell me, in your view, robot, whose communication stack is the strongest and why? And as a through line, like almost to a T, they came back with Airbnb. And maybe they're telling me to go on vacation, which I'm also okay with. But the case study here is one that I absolutely am not involved with. I've never worked with Airbnb. I've never spoken with people at Airbnb. So I'm telling you what the internet told me. But based on what I saw, I like it. It starts with what we were just talking about, a structured newsroom with those LLM ready announcements that have metrics, executive quotes, timing. These are the things that are going on the wire. But not everything does. And to supplement that, they have a very robust press hub. And this is also serving to feed the canonical corporate record. Lots of great stories go in here. And those two things combined, I would imagine, I don't know this to be fact, those two things combined with some very smart listening help drive their FAQ. If you have ever gone into the FAQ section of the Airbnb site, you will see it's big. It is a very large scale help center, and it's very well optimized for question answering. And they still don't stop. Anytime they have news, the CEO memos about it are public, which is helpful to get yet another dimension on this story. And all of these things combined, taken together, help drive information to places like Wikipedia. The Crunchbase profile is consistently updated, it seems. So this is a really nice example of how all those puzzle pieces come together. And this is a shorter episode than the previous ones. This is it. This is my answer to the question this week. But we don't stop here. If you have questions about GEO or AI visibility or just brand building in 2026, whatever that looks like, I am an integrated marketer and I'm here to help. So email me. You can see my email here on the screen. And thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it.